Biofriendly Podcast. It's the Biofriendly Podcast.
We should start our podcast.
Yes.
I'm gonna read the news, Jacob.
Why would you do that? Why would you come on to the Biofriendly Podcast and just right out of the gate start reading the news?
Well, I'm reading the news because you need to understand the news if you're gonna upgrade your podcast to a new level.
Oh my gosh. Is it time to tell the people? Well, the ASMR on this is outstanding.
Newspaper ASMR. And if you're watching on the cameras, then you can see.
That's what we've decided to do. That's
lots of paper.
That's the new podcast, which is newspaper ASMR.
Yep,
it's a new category.
A lot of people thought we were going to continue with the environment. We are not.
Nope. It's actually going to be a full half hour of Noel crinkling. That's making me sick. That's making me so sick.
I've read the news. I got it. We're set. I now know the news.
He's the only one between the two of us that can actually hold a newspaper, because I cannot.
Jacob?
Yes.
Why can't you hold a newspaper?
It's not because I'm against the news. It's because I have...
Anti-news.
I'm against Huey Lewis, but not the news.
Yes.
I have a paper phobia, a paper problem.
Phobia?
Well, it's not a phobia.
You're afraid of paper?
It's a tactile thing.
Oh.
It's a tactile thing. And so it makes it hard for me to touch. This has been going on since I was a small wee lad. Oh. And when I would touch construction paper, paper bags, newspaper, any of those kind of like dry, coarse, even certain kinds of napkins, it would send a shudder through my body, and like I'd lose saliva in my mouth, and I just feel this what the closest equivalent is when people scratch their nails on a chalkboard. That kind of,
sure.
Yeah, so that feeling goes through my body when that happens. And for
me, that's a feeling of exhilaration.
I chase it. I chase that feeling.
Poof.
Yeah.
Fingernails on a chalkboard, or just a straight nail on a chalkboard, just metal nail against metal.
That's your ASMR?
Oh my God.
Oh.
Or like a fork on a window.
Yeah. So nice.
I can't.
Or taking a balloon and just like a regular balloon and just rubbing like crazy, that squeaky noise. Oh, God, those are awful.
Or sometimes I'll put that balloon right up to my ear as I'm doing that.
Yeah.
And then I will pop it. Oh.
That's amazing. Somebody should make an entire CD, an entire like streaming playlist of the worst sounds in the world.
Yeah.
It probably exists.
Of like things that are awful for most humans to deal with. Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I can't touch paper. I mean, I've gotten stronger with it as I gotten older, but it still stinks. But my oldest son, one day out of the blue, like 3-4 years ago, was touching a napkin at like a restaurant. And he was like, "Oh, I can't touch that. It makes me..." And I was like, "Oh, he is mine." we had never had the conversation about it. He just winced, and he has it real bad, like I did when I was his age. So it's tactile. It's your fingers.
Son, this is terrific.
This is terrific.
You have this horrible problem that I've given you. That means we both have it.
I'm so happy that somebody has this weird thing with me. But you brought out the newspaper for a real reason.
I did. It wasn't just so we could talk about your paper problem.
No. Yeah. Which would be the old Biofriendly Podcast.
No, we're not the old Biofriendly Podcast. We are in a transition, Jacob.
We are.
An
energy transition and a podcast transition.
Podcast transition to match the energy transition that we're dealing with.
Why did we decide to transition, though? You and I had a heart-to-heart, and we said, why is it time to change things up?
We have solved every single problem in the environment. We did it. It's done.
Cheers to us. We started this journey.
Congratulations.
Cheers, everybody. Slope. We started this journey almost 3 years ago, and we said we won't stop until we save the world.
That's right.
Great news.
We did it.
We did it. We're going to be in the Smithsonian.
We did it. We're gonna make it because we did it. We saved the planet.
There's nothing to worry about.
There's nothing. It's handled.
And the weather's going to be great. The polar ice caps are freezing as we are talking, and all pollution has just been pulled out of the ocean, and everything is great because we talked about it.
Carbon is back in the ground.
We're in balance.
Yeah. We're good. All's well. Solved. Fixed. Well, okay. So
maybe
not exactly.
Maybe we're exaggerating.
But what we did do is cover
Everything.
I think every single
Everything.
topic. If
Yes.
another one comes up, then we'll do a bonus biofriendly.
Totally.
Podcast. But basically, I mean, I think if you started from the very first biofriendly podcast many years ago,
Yes.
and you listened until last week,
Yeah.
then those would all be what you call an evergreen podcast. You
Yeah.
can share them with your friends. You can say, hey, if you want to learn about the environment, start with number 1 and work your way all the way to
151.
151.
Yeah.
And you will understand
Yeah.
what's going on with the environment, what you can do to help, and what's
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
We've covered the topics. We're now kind of getting to the point where we repeat the topics and we have special guests talk about movies. That's kind of what we've gotten to
Yes.
in the podcast because we've covered the topics. But we don't want to stop fighting for the environment and giving you the data.
Exactly.
So we're thinking, how can we do that?
How can we keep it going?
We do want to actually, we can't quit till the environment's saved. Like it's truly fixed.
Yeah.
So we decided to dump the evergreen idea. Haven't we?
We're dumping it. We're dumping it.
Yeah.
We've decided that what this show needs is maybe a little bit more like, hey, what's happening right now? What's going on this week? Like, what's in the news? What's the story?
What's the scoop?
What's the buzz? Tell me what's a happening, as a musical once said.
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. Yes.
So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to pick a couple topics and we're going to just share them kind of rapid fire. And maybe some we'll dwell on for a few minutes, some shorter than that. I don't know. But the thing is, we're trying to tell you what's going on right now. And so that makes the podcast no longer evergreen.
Right. Because the topics we're going to be covering recent stuff.
Yeah. Just green, not evergreen.
Just green with fall leaves in the fall, and then winter there will be no leaves at all on our podcast.
No leaves. I got a chuckle out of Veronica back there. Hi, Veronica.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good, and yourself?
Wonderful. Oh, look at her.
Yourself.
She's right up against the mic.
I know.
Yourself.
I'm so impressed.
I'm so
That was
impressed.
that was very professional.
It was right up against the sound, and I was like,
I think this
wow.
new version of the show is going to have more professionalism.
I think we're
Jacob.
going to have a real sharp kind of news
I
feel.
have some thoughts also.
That's what I want to say is I think we should share with the live audience. I think we should share with our audience that this is transition. We're building the new version.
It's going to happen over a few weeks here as we figure it out.
Absolutely. So you tell me what the ideas are. Spring them on me in front of everybody.
I think as glorious as this picture is, and as glorious as these awards are, well, maybe we keep the awards somewhere. Maybe, but I don't know.
Maybe we hold them the entire time.
I don't know. How we'll figure that
Something.
out.
There's a set.
Maybe we get a shelf or something. I don't know. We got to make it look a little more like a set. I like the biofriendly thing. That can stay. That works. But I think we need taller chairs slightly.
Yes. I think
higher
chairs and
I think a table.
I love this idea.
So that we can get paper, because you love paper.
I love paper.
And we can go clack, clack, clack
Well,
on
I'll
the
take
desk.
my iPad. You
Take
take
your
paper,
iPad,
and I'll just
take
go
paper, go clack,
thunk,
clack,
thunk, thunk, thunk.
Yes, that, clunk, clack. That's how we'll do it.
Yes.
So that we, with our news stories in hand, ready to go. I think we should start backwards. Yes.
How's that?
We should be facing the wall.
Oh.
And then the camera turns on, and then we spin around. Welcome to the Biofriendly Podcast, where we give you the news.
I love this so much, and I hope you guys love it because we're doing it.
We're doing it.
Let's
do it.
We have to do it.
Yeah, and
that's how I want this show to
and
go.
we gotta
from
add
now.
like do 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 do
Yeah.
do 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 do
Yeah.
do 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 like sound effects.
Yeah, and actually, I think
noises.
I think,
Music.
and I may be wrong on this one, but I don't think we need to worry about tags anymore.
No, I don't think it's a tag thing. I don't think it's
No.
a tag situation.
No. I don't
Because
think
we're no longer the beacon of light in a gloomy environment.
No, we just
we're
just-
giving you the facts,
The
and
scoop.
We're giving you the scoop in the best way possible, with enjoyment.
Yes.
With flair,
finger points.
with finger points, with
Yes.
panache, with pizzazz.
Yeah.
And with zippity doo dah.
I love it. It's going to be fun, and you guys are going to be here as we explore this because you've been with us so far, and we're gonna make this show hot off the press.
Hot off the press. Now I wonder if we're doing this way.
Yeah.
Do we continue with the live streams going? Are we going to tell our live stream fans here on the spot that it's?
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. Is that maybe we discontinue them for a little while?
I don't
because,
know.
Yeah,
I don't
I agree
know
because
if input is going to be necessary during that. I think
that's true.
When it's over, I would love to see comments. So I'd love to see people let us know what they think about the news, what their thoughts are, and what we've reported, and then we can reply in the comments.
You're right.
To what's happened, but I think on the spot, I think there's less of a need need for...
You're right. Because of the conversation isn't sprawling anymore.
No.
We're diving it. Well,
we'll sprawl.
We're going to sprawl,
We're
right?
sprawl. So the improvisation and lack of professionalism shall continue.
Shall continue, of course, but it will be less will be required of an audience to chime in because we're bringing them the news.
We're bringing the thunder.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're bringing the thunder.
Right.
We're bringing the lightning.
We're not asking for the way you love me to be frightening.
No.
I think we better knock.
Yeah.
On wood.
Yeah.
Clack. Baby.
I love it.
Baby. You won't lose this from the... I don't think... Well, maybe you will. Right. Let's see.
Okay.
And we're obviously going to have a lot of professionalism.
Yes.
As we jump into the news as we do it. But I wonder if we still keep some of our...
Stuff. Yeah.
We'll see.
This is a process, and this is what we want you to be a part of. And once we get these chairs, I have a feeling that we're going to be spinning the whole show.
There'll be a lot of spinning, a lot of paper,
a lot of crunching, and a lot of dee. This just in.
Yes.
This just in.
Yes. We'll have like a breaking news. Dun dun dun.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
We have to have and maybe some chyrons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Environment.
Yeah.
I love sharks. I don't know.
Sharknadoes.
Jets. When you're a jet, and then we'll have a musical out of it.
See, if any of you were fearing that the show was going to change so dramatically that you would no longer want to listen to it, you don't have to worry about that. It's still these guys.
It's still us.
It's still these guys. You've been sitting in the chairs with us for a long time, and we're still going to do that, but we're just going to deliver the information.
We're going to deliver the information.
Yep.
And the facts.
Yep. Yeah. So let's dive in.
Let's do it. What's in the news, Jacob?
You want to know who's having the best green week ever?
Who?
Whales in Iceland.
Whales in Iceland?
Yes.
What's happening in Iceland?
They're going to ban whaling.
Really?
Yeah.
In Iceland?
Yep. They're going to ban it.
Wow.
Because they are one of only 3 countries left that allowed whaling.
Yeah.
But they're going to ban it. They're like, that's it. And it literally says at the top, it says, in 2 years, Iceland will officially hang up its harpoon. So the harpoon will no longer flow.
It's not going to flow like a harpoon daily and nightly anymore?
No, it will stop. It will stop.
Will it collaborate and listen?
Yes.
Yeah?
And they will let the whales go.
They'll let the whales... Iceland is back with a brand new invention.
Yes.
Something will grab a hold of them tightly, and it will no longer flow like a harpoon.
No longer flow like a
daily
harpoon.
Or nightly.
Daily and nightly.
Yeah.
So Iceland... Thank you for that. So by 2024, they're going to ban commercial whaling.
I mean, they're a little behind the times, which is surprising. Well, okay, there's probably not a lot of industry in Iceland, I imagine, right? Like there's probably a lot of whales there, but not a lot of anything else.
A lot of jobs. There's probably the job options have got to be a little less.
Yeah, I think they got some deer.
Other places.
Yeah, some deer hunting.
Yeah, maybe so. So they exported the whale meat onto Japan, and people are not eating it there anymore. No. Yeah, and I've never had whale meat.
No. How about the oil? They use the oil. Are we still still having candles lit by whale oil?
Yeah, I don't.
Sorry, that is very old fashioned.
I don't know. It says Iceland's current 3-year hunting quota lasts from 2019 to 2023, and then they're done after that. Fin whales, minke whales, they were the ones that they used.
Do you know what that tells you?
What?
People aren't using the whale anymore. What that tells you is that Biofriendly's strategy works, because you don't stop whaling by saying, you darn whalers, stop whaling.
Yeah.
You stop whaling by making it like nobody wants your
the
whales,
whale
dude.
anymore.
It's done.
And you've got a bunch of grizzled Icelandic fishermen with one peg leg and drinking their Icelandic brew going, Buck, working. I don't have an Icelandic.
On a night chain, baby, to see me.
I was trying to find if I had an Icelandic accent.
I like how the Iceland guy is singing that song.
Yeah, that's kind of Swedish, but I don't know, man. I listen to bands from there, but I don't know how they.
They do have kind of a. I think it's a Nordic accent. Nordic, they're part of that whole Arctic Circle. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So they're like, no more wheeling.
No more wheeling.
So that was the first news.
That's exciting news, and I want to give it up to Japan for stopping the whale activity.
Chilling on the whale eating.
If we can get now the folks in China to lay off on the ivory art, then we can save some elephants. Get that going too.
Agreed. Everybody just stop it.
Yeah, stop it.
Okay, we no longer want the harpoons to float.
How come I can't remember the word of like working on the night shift?
Night moves.
Night moves. That's it.
Night moves.
Working on the night
Night moves, baby.
That's
Working on the night moves. Okay,
baby tonight.
next up. This is cool. New company turns 100 tons of non-recyclable plastic into building blocks for construction.
Wait,
Okay.
again?
Yeah. But here's the cool thing.
Wait.
There's an innovation. There's an innovation behind it. Okay. New company turns 100 tons of non-recyclable plastic into building blocks for construction.
That's cool.
This is cool. This is
Yeah.
very, very cool. They're here in LA.
Okay.
So maybe we could talk to these guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have them as our special guest in the show. Sitting right here in the studio,
Yes.
pulling up.
Live on the street. Sean Coney, tell us what's going on with the people at...
Oh, my God.
That'd be amazing.
Oh my God, that's how we do it.
Sean,
we
tell
have
us
Sean
right now
go
what's going on.
to the person with the microphone and do the interview live.
I'd love that so much. He'd be great.
Oh my God.
He'd be great. Wouldn't you
Jacob,
guys love that? Sean Coney.
That's how we do it now.
Man on the street.
Man on the street.
Yeah. Especially if they're here in LA.
Coney on the street.
Coney on the street. It's called Coney Island.
Coney Island. That's it.
That's perfect.
And now it's time for Coney Island. Who do you got, Sean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So this company is called Bifusion. They're here in LA. Now, people have turned plastic into construction blocks before, but they've done some interesting things with it that I thought were pretty cool. Okay. So many mines are trying to develop thermal or chemical methods of separating the polymers in these materials to allow them to be recycled. Because these are the plastics that are unrecyclable. They got to find ways to pull them apart.
Like PVCs and things like that are more difficult to... Yeah.
Exactly. So Bifusion have avoided this problem by cutting out that middleman and simply turning the material into a new composite and ridiculously durable construction block. Yes, it says ridiculously.
Ridiculous?
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Like that guy, Nicholas Mitokoulos?
Yes.
Who is ridiculous?
Yes,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Exactly. Called Bi-Blocks, they are a simple 16 by 8 by 8 shape and can be used to build bus stops, fences, retaining walls, curtain walls, public terraces, and more.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Retaining walls.
right?
That's good. That's
good.
powerful. That's strong stuff.
That's strong stuff.
Yeah.
So this is like a new development into taking these plastics and turning them into stuff that we can use and we can build, right? So they don't have to go into landfills.
That's actually the equivalent of kind of what it was before. Before, the whole issue, right, is that you're pulling the carbon out of the ground and then burning it and throwing it into the air.
Yeah.
So plastic is like, you're not burning it at least. It's still carbon trapped.
Yeah.
In an object. So if you can find a useful purpose for it, and
That's
then
what I'm thinking.
It ends up over time. It will eventually. It takes a long time, but it will eventually degrade.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I can work with that.
I can work with that, right?
What the heck?
I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can make it
absolutely.
look all nice and workable and pretty and stuff.
That's
what the
I'm
heck?
thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If you think about the amount of trash that's on Earth, and a lot of it is this plastic that's non-recyclable, it's like, well, they're always developing and building, and we have structures in tons of places around the world. If we can find a way to use the material we have, use what we have, right?
Use what we have, make it look awesome.
Make it look awesome.
Cool designs.
Totally.
That's the thing we talked about last week, right? With construction, that the buildings look the way they do because that's what's available.
Yeah.
So how interesting is this concept of like, look, if now we're doing this and these are there, let's give it to the artists. Let's give it to the architects. Let's give it to the people who are
Absolutely.
clever, and let's have them do really fun, beautiful stuff with it.
Absolutely. I love it.
That's
Isn't
what I'm
that
talking
cool?
about, man.
Isn't that cool?
Yes, good news.
Good news. More good news.
What else is happening in the news this week, Jacob?
You know who else is having the best green week ever?
Who?
Okay.
It's not Greenland.
It's not
Because
Greenland.
they're still hunting whales.
Okay, so check this out.
I don't think that's true, by the way.
This is great. The insects and plants and trees of Costa Rica are being granted official citizenship by the mayor.
The insects, plants, and trees of Costa Rica
Are being granted citizenship.
by the mayor. So they have to pay taxes now?
I think so.
Oh my God, those poor insects.
Oh, man,
They used to live their life doing their thing, minding their own business, and they did it tax-free.
You got to pay up, guys.
And now these guys are citizens, and they're going to have to pitch in to the common good.
Exactly.
They're going to have to help out, pull their weight.
Pull their weight, guys.
Yeah.
You've been mooching off us humans for far too long.
You have been living off of the luxury of being in a human world.
You trees and animals and plants are just taking all of our resources.
And we've had it. Now, from this moment forward, You have to be a citizen.
Exactly.
You have to contribute to the society. Tree sitting there doing nothing.
It actually
sucking up CO2.
It is
what
good.
a jerk. He's probably an evergreen tree, too.
I knew it. Every time I went to the mic, I faked him out that time. I went to say, like I was going to speak, and I waited because I knew what he was doing.
He knew what I was doing. That's the news, folks. That's how we do it.
That's the news.
Yeah.
It's fast.
Fast.
So, no, it is good news. One of Costa Rica's defining characteristics is its interspersion of nature and wildlife within its culture. This was taken to another level when the former mayor, Edgar Mora, granted official citizenship. So he did it to bring awareness to the environment. So it says now known as Ciudad Dulce, or Sweet City. They introduced this initiative to transform the area into a haven for urban wildlife. Gray, industrialized areas are now being subsumed by an influx of greenery and vegetation. So it's like he's giving them, like, this is their city. So it's more of like a huge gesture of saying they are citizens too, so we need to stop developing on the plants and animals and insects and destroying their worlds. I think it was more of a gesture.
A gesture.
A gesture.
So they're not going to have to pay taxes.
They don't have to pay taxes.
Oh, well,
I
that's
think
good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so they're basically you're saying they're going to keep freeloading.
Freeloading.
Yeah. Okay.
You know how nature's always freeloading
Oh
off
my
people.
gosh.
It's unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
But I thought it was it's cute.
It's awesome.
It's a cute
story. It's a wonderful story.
Yes.
That's the kind of news people expect when they tune into the Biofriendly Podcast.
When they tune in here, absolutely.
They expect only the hard-hitting stuff.
Absolutely. And this is definitely who's having a great green week.
Who's having a great green week?
A motorcycle tire stuck around a crocodile's neck for 6 years is finally removed.
Oh, that poor crocodile.
I know. He is so happy this week.
Do you wonder if
6 years.
That crocodile probably would walk up to people and be like, hey, if you could just, hey, where are you running? Where are you going? Hey! Oh, and like everywhere he goes, people are running away, and this poor crocodile, he's like, I promise I won't eat you. Hey, just if you can pull this tire off my neck.
Quick question for you. I swear, this will
screams running away. No, it's not. Hey. Come on.
Oh, I want to see that animated. I want to see this poor crocodile with his tire. And he doesn't want to eat us. So
no.
He is completely fine. He's just kind of wandering up to people, and he's just like,
it's like, I don't know if you noticed, but I got a tire stuck around my neck.
This may not seem.
And I'd love a little help. If you could just pull it off of my neck, I promise I won't eat you or your children. If you could just hold on. That's nice right there. Yeah, you pull, and then I'll go backwards. Yeah. Do we have any lubricant? Maybe some whale oil. What? We don't have any whale oil?
They banned whaling.
Oh, God. How am I getting this off?
They banned whaling. They banned it. Yep, so this was in Indonesia. A wild crocodile with a used motorcycle tire stuck around its neck for 6 years has finally been freed by the Indonesian bird. It's not even a new motorcycle tire. Yeah, it's not even a new one. It's not a Ducati, like, beautiful, it's like, wow,
poor
it's
crocodile.
old. Exactly. You see him right here. Right there.
There he is.
He's got it around his neck. But they finally took it off. And I was like, that's a reason to rejoice, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
It's about time. They probably got Nausea up there is what happened. The Aussie's like, hey, mate, that crocodile's got a tire on his neck.
Everybody in Indonesia is like, they don't come like that?
I thought that was how they look. Yeah. Is that not what a crocodile looks like? No, mate. No, it's a bloody bicycle tire.
Let me wrestle this guy right now. It's an old tire.
He jumps on, ties up his nose.
Yeah.
All righty, mate. Hold on. Let me get this off.
Yeah.
He's a little pull here. Just put me legs on your arms. Grab this thing off your neck.
Oh, it's so good. So good. And he got it off. And everybody rejoiced. And then immediately the crocodile ate that man.
Yeah, he ate that man.
And he was like, what do you want from me?
I was kidding. Hey. I know I said I wouldn't eat you.
I'm a crocodile.
But,
yeah.
I am what I am, Chief.
Yeah. So I thought that was a great piece of news. This is what we're doing, right?
I feel good for that crocodile.
I feel good. Exactly. We got so happy that we did what we normally do.
Did we snap the news?
We snapped the news. I love how hard Veronica's laughing. We're on to something with this.
I think this might be a show.
This might be a show. Okay. Now we've already been going for a relatively good amount of time, but I was going to say here's a few more.
We got more.
Oh yeah.
This is the news.
Yeah, NYC public schools initiate Vegan Fridays.
Vegan Fridays.
Yes.
Okay, so so is this for is everyone forced to eat Vegan Fridays, or is it just encouraged Vegan Fridays?
Let's see. It's this new.
Or are they eating the vegans?
They're eating the vegans. They bring in vegans and they say, "Have at it, kids." This is the new mayor, Eric Adams, the new New York City mayor. So he's the city's first vegan mayor.
Wow. I had no idea.
I actually didn't know that either. But
I didn't know that former cops could be vegan.
Oh, is he a former cop?
Yeah.
I didn't know that about this guy.
Like a high end, like a chief, like a you know. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So it says the initiative was started by newly elected New York City Mayor Eric Adams, the city's first vegan mayor. Adams, vegan since 2016, so it's new, I guess.
Hey, that's a while now. It's only it's 2022, not 6 years.
Oh my God. I can't believe that. 2016 is one of those years that you go like, it was just like 2 years.
It was like a couple years ago.
It's like 3 years ago.
Yeah, no, that was 2 Winter Olympics ago, my friend.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
if you include this Winter Olympics, which I have been watching.
You have been watching?
Religiously.
It's been good?
I am bonkers.
And what I love
for
about
Olympics, I love it so much.
What I love about this show format now is you can talk about it as much as you want because this doesn't have to be evergreen.
It's not evergreen. Doesn't matter.
It's going to end. Doesn't matter.
Oh, my God.
You listen to the show this week, and then it's over.
It's over. You missed it. Good luck.
You missed it. Good luck. Exactly. Yeah, it has been a good Olympics so far?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah. All right.
Where were we?
All right, where were we? Vegan Fridays.
Yes.
Yes.
It has been. No more details.
Yes. No detail. I refuse to discuss my love of the Olympics further.
I will not talk any further about the Olympics.
No.
Yes. No, I, as the weeks go, I'll
Okay, yeah. Chime. Is there anything notable that you wanted to share about your Winter Olympics experience to the audience, or do you want to give that a little thought for maybe next time?
It's been interesting. America has been struggling to get golds this year. They've gotten a few medals here and there, but a lot of our biggest hitters have actually kind of been pooching a little bit. Although tonight that might change.
Okay, yeah. What's tonight?
We've got an ice skater, Chen. I forgot his first name.
Okay,
I forgot it. I'm sorry.
I should
remember names. I'm normally very good at this kind of thing.
There are a lot of Olympians.
Yeah, but he's the first day of he's like a 2-day event. The first day he just crushed it. He had the highest score ever for a first day thing on this event. And tonight. He's going for day 2, and if he performs okay, it'll be a gold for the U.S. Gold, baby.
Nathan Chen.
Got
it for you. Nathan Chen, American figure skater.
He's terrific. He's beautiful. They're all actually, these guys are really good. And the women are even. There's a Russian woman she's 15 years old, girl, not even what. She's a Russian girl. It's crazy.
It just blows her mind.
She does these quadruple spin thingy-madoodles.
Yeah, things that we do casually on the weekend.
Yes.
Right.
She does it so it's just just a little up we go, down.
Easy.
It's like she's floating. Like she goes in the sky, she's gonna float for a minute, go down like a cartoon or something. Amazingly.
Russians.
Like she is really great. Really great.
It.
Yeah. And our guy Nathan Chen, same. Like really smooth.
Really good.
Really good. So that's been fun. A lot of snowboarding, a lot of skiing. One of our stars, Michaela Shiffrin, did a did not finish. She missed her pole she was supposed to go around on 2 of her best events. Unbelievable.
It's heartbreaking for her.
Heartbreaking.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a crusher. But she's got 3 more, so hopefully she could pull it together mentally. Get through, and that has been your Olympic update.
Thank you, Noel. Thank you for your Olympic live with Noel. Where is it being held?
In China, Beijing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Live with Noel Carroll in Beijing, China.
It's Coney Island, live from Beijing.
Coney's in Beijing, China. So Vegan Fridays introduce students to plant-based options that will eventually improve the quality of life for thousands of New York City students. That's a quote from The Office. So I think that what they're basically doing is on that Friday, the food that they're offering is all vegan.
Do you want to know something?
I think that's a good idea.
This is how you do it. That's how you do it. Like you don't say we're demanding that everybody have vegan food because that's just going to make people want to burn the school down.
You teach that it can be good.
You just show Friday we do this thing, and then you do your best to make it really tasty, and then the kids are like, oh, I actually like that food that day, so we can eat that again.
Yeah,
and then you're like, oh, well, they like it anyway, so let's do it on Mondays. We'll have 2 days that are vegan days.
Yeah,
and maybe if one day it's Friday, you always do it, but then it's optional now every day of the week.
Yeah.
Now suddenly it's like, well, they really like it, but since they like it, we're not going to force them to do it. But every day they can have vegan if they want, and more kids are like, yeah, I'll try it out, and then they learn the lifestyle, and then they are more happy to eat that kind of food, and then it's better.
I think so. I think it's great, and I do, because it's like I grew up with cafeterias where every Tuesday was pizza or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was pretty repetitive.
Yeah.
And so you just knew to count on that one thing. So if your child for some reason is like, I don't really like anything they have, well, bring their lunch, or get whatever. But like this is a way to make it part of the normal.
Yeah.
To just be like, there's no meat options on Friday.
Yeah.
Great.
But it's okay. They have good options. They have tasty food.
Tasty food. Exactly.
There
great
is.
news.
That's the thing a lot of people don't also realize is that there's
good ways of
there
preparing.
are really tasty options.
Yeah.
That don't have meat in them.
Yeah.
Those exist, folks. You can eat them.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I've got a few more, but I feel like let's wrap it there.
Did we do it?
Yeah. Oh, I feel like we crushed a lot of good. One more. You want one more?
One more. We're gonna have our button and the last story of the news.
The last story
this week. By the way, before you do the last story in the news, did you two go gather all this stuff? This Veronica's work? How do we get?
This is a double whammy.
Yeah.
This is a Veronica and Jacob dynamic team effort. She gave me some. I brought some. So this is our teamwork.
My God. This is fantastic.
It is, right?
You
good
two
stories.
Just nailed it like it was one after another after another. Great stuff. It's
Great
good
stuff,
news.
right?
Yeah.
What's fun about it too is that with this new format is we can share a lot of cool things that are going on, and it's not like I have to sit here and be like, and this is how it works. It's just a great piece of information.
If you want to know how it works, listen to the Evergreen stuff.
Totally.
It's in the past.
It's in the past.
Yes.
Honestly, if you want to know how about separating polymers and plastic, I guarantee we have covered that in a previous episode. You know what I mean? We talked about everything on the show.
Yep.
So, great news.
Great news.
I'm going to let you have the option then.
Okay.
Which way do we go out?
Okay.
Do we go with time in nature can now be prescribed as healthcare treatment in Canada,
Okay.
or Western monarchs are back?
All I'm going to say is flipping Canadians.
We can prescribe it. You can go, walk in the park.
That's so Canadian.
It is so. Hoser?
Hey, this counts as medical health care, so you can now write this off? Like you're walking the park?
Maybe here, okay. Many of us have become reacquainted with the healing power of nature during the pandemic. After a long day spent indoors, we step outside, go for a walk, and catch the smell of pine trees. Healthcare providers in 4 Canadian provinces can now prescribe time in nature or even a Parks Canada Discovery Pass to their patients to help improve their physical and mental health through the country's National Nature Prescription Program.
Okay, let me ask you.
So that's a basic idea.
Let me ask you a question, Jacob Givens. Mr. Jacob Givens.
Mr. Jacob Givens, yes.
Why couldn't they just do it before?
That's a good question. Is that why does it have to be a thing that you can prescribe?
How come it's a news story that now, hey, doctors can now prescribe that you go into nature for a walk?
Yeah, that's true.
Like how many times I have been told by a doctor before, just get outside a little bit.
That's true.
Go for a walk. Like why? Like how is it that it's Canada? What's wrong with them?
Yeah. No, it's a fair point because you do at the outset. You go. Oh, that's a nice feel good story. But you're like, doctors can go for a walk, get out in the sun, get some vitamin D,
like
go on that would be good for you.
We don't need the government to tell us that, doctor, just freaking do it. Doctors everywhere, just do it.
Yeah.
Is there a financial reason to not do it? Is there send them for a walk?
Yeah. You're right.
Go to nature.
It's Canada, though. So are they gaining that much money? I don't know because I don't know how their healthcare system is like, or do they get a lot?
Their healthcare system is totally government run.
It's totally government run.
It is. It's
so the government.
It's the thing that American progressives have been dying for forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
And so if they do this and they make it like a thing, that means the government gains from this being a new...
Yeah, except that the government kind of would... the government will gain because they won't have to pay as much because people will be less sick if they're in the environment. It's a fact. We've covered this in past episodes.
We've covered it.
If you are out in nature and you are immersing yourself in the wonderful world around you...
Yeah.
a billion things happen to your body that are good for you.
And you heal
you will
up.
be less sick.
Yeah.
You'll be less sick. So it definitely helps the Canadian government. It definitely is better financially for the Canadian government. It's definitely worse for the drug companies.
Yeah.
So that's the other question.
Okay.
Was there something going on in Canada or the US or somewhere else where they were encouraging doctors to not
Maybe so.
send people out into nature?
Maybe so.
And if that's going on,
Tell us.
then are the Canadians fighting back by doing this?
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then I say yay.
Yeah. I don't have enough info other than the yay, this was the news, but this is something this is where you can come in and you can really talk to us in the comments and you can say, actually, it is a good thing because of the da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
And then we can address that next week.
Yes.
Right?
I'm in. Let's do it.
Fact check us.
Yeah.
Go for it. And
I got it. Now we did Canada. I mean, I actually wanted to do the Monarch butterfly one. It's just the Canadian one was so odd to me.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting thing about your brain is that you will dig in really quick to the deeper past the headline. I think that's because you enjoy news that you can look past the headline.
Yeah.
That's why you're here.
I like to RTFA.
Yes. Yes.
Read the flipping article.
The flipping article, right? Which is true because the thing is most of us, especially, and this is going to be good for the show, is that I read the article. The headline is going to be giving you a certain mood because that's the people who wrote it did that.
Yeah.
But you got to be able to go, okay, well, but why? Why?
So I have this thought.
Yeah.
Actually, real quick, Monarch butterflies,
Okay,
and then I want to
and
tell you
then
my
we'll close
thought,
it, and then we'll close it
say
out.
Noel has a thought, and then we're going to
Yeah.
close it out.
The only thing I'm going to say is that monarch butterflies have come back
Thank God.
to California, and they don't know why.
I'm stoked that they have
That's
no
it.
idea why.
They literally tens of thousands of monarch butterflies who've been on the decline since the 90s.
Yeah.
Been disappearing. We haven't seen them as much. They're back. They're back, baby. And they're literally like, we don't even know why necessarily. We think it's because like the weather conditions are shifting or changing. It's getting a little bit more pleasant and easy for them to be here.
Sure.
But that's it.
You know what's so funny?
They're back.
It's our written record of the world is, including everything.
Yeah.
Like 5,000 years old, maybe a bit more, right?
That's true.
And,
That's true. It's very short.
And our detailed written record of the world is even shorter. Basically, like there's a lot during Egyptian and Roman times, Greek times.
Yeah.
There's Dark Ages. There's almost nothing except for what is buried, I think, under the Vatican.
Yeah.
And then. and then there's like, and then after that you hit Renaissance, and there's a whole lot of writing then until now, right? And it gets more and more and more. But the amount of time that scientists have spent studying all these different subjects is actually, in astronomical terms, pretty tiny.
Pretty tiny.
Like very little. So we actually know very little about a lot of things in nature.
Right.
So it's kind of cool to see things happen like this. That we
And
go,
go,
wait a minute.
Why?
They're back.
Yeah.
So this is a thing. And then how long are they back?
Exactly.
And then what are they doing when they're back? And then do
Yeah.
they then go away again for a while?
Yeah.
Is this a natural thing, or are we causing this? Is this to do with, again, the global warming word that keeps coming out? Right?
Exactly.
Who knows?
Exactly.
Climate change, I'm supposed to say, I think, actually.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
But the good news is my Monarch taxidermy business is back and up and running again, guys. And be catching them all, and you can frame them on your wall.
Yeah. So a lot of people are really sad that they couldn't. They had no Monarch butterflies too. Taxidermy work done on.
I don't know if you taxidermy an insect, but I'm just thinking of all those like glass frames where you have like the mounted like species on the wall.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that's a form of taxidermy.
That's what the scientists do, right? That's what the butterfly. I forgot what they're called.
Yeah.
But they catch butterflies, they observe them, and then
they put them in that little.
They set some free, and some, if it's a special one, they
observe it,
murder it.
Yes.
And they put it
in a box. So this Valentine's Day, make sure to get your sweetheart one of Jacob's murdered monarchs. Check the website. No, just kidding. But yeah, that's the last feel good story of the day. But you wanted to tell me
Murdered Monarchs are opening for your mom this weekend.
And the Murdered Monarchs. That's a good thing.
I've decided Your Mom is my favorite band name.
Oh, absolutely.
I've decided.
Up next, Your Mom.
Your Mom. Oh my God, I'm gonna go see Your Mom at the El Rey.
Oh my God, did you guys see Your Mom last night?
Oh my God, she was on fire.
Oh my God,
Oh my God, you know who's hot right now is Your Mom.
Oh man, I partied so hard at Your Mom last night.
You will not believe this. Do you know who I partied with last night?
Your mom. You're right. That's
Yeah.
the greatest band
Your
name
mom
I've
has
ever
some
heard.
sick bass riffs.
How in the world is that not already a band name?
I have no idea.
There's probably your mom listening right now. They're like,
Yeah.
we
They're
are
like, we are a band.
We're in Poughkeepsie. We're
Yeah.
trying to get break out.
The problem is they're terrible.
Yeah, they're terrible.
That's why we don't know, because they're not good at music. They're just good at picking a name.
Do you know who's terrible? Your mom.
I've never even heard of your mom.
Never heard of your mom.
I had an idea.
Okay, tell me.
Here's my idea is to wrap up the show. The last thing is we're talking
the
about
last thing.
format and what we're going to do for the future of the
Yeah.
podcast
Yeah.
and everything else. I would like
Okay.
to be able to report half the articles and get your reaction.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Please do.
And I was thinking that we could spend a moment, with I don't want yours,
Okay.
and then you don't get mine.
No.
And
we
then-
spring them on each other.
And we spring them on each other. So
can't-
Veronica may have to hopefully help me find mine. If that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So you could send like 2 or 3 to Noel, 2 or 3 to me, and then we'll go with them. That's a
it.
great idea.
And
That's
if
like a
you and I-
weekend update kind of feel.
Yeah.
Yes, and if we find our own, then we'll add those in there too.
Yeah.
And then you and I can come up with our own little kicks for this. So how we're going to present it and what we're going to do, what's our little joke, and then we get into it.
I love this idea.
And that way, it makes sense that I'm hitting the paper.
This
on the
is
table.
why we're a podcast in transition. I think this is a great idea because it'll be a lot of fun for you to be like, I bet you didn't know about this. So
Yeah.
That's great.
I did not.
I did not know
But
that
we'll
thing.
never know.
Yes.
But this is the new format, and I'm feeling good about it. I think it's solid.
It was a fun podcast.
Yeah. So thank you guys.
One
for
of the funniest ones we've ever done.
Absolutely. I literally have tears in my eyes, and my nose has been running this entire time, but it's all for the news.
Oh, it's because I've been pissing pollen at you.
Please stop. They're the closing band after Murdering Monarchs. Then your mom, then Pissing
Then
Pollen.
Pissing Pollen at you.
They never get the following they deserve.
They get no respect.
No respect. More respect than your mom.
That's true. Your mom gets no respect at
no
all.
respect. Thank you guys for
I
joining.
can't. The way people treat your mom is just
It's just terrible.
just the worst.
I'm sorry. I was trying to close out the show while you were in the middle of a joke. I'm so sorry.
No. It's last time we do tags, or do we not? Or are we done? We're done with tags.
I say we kill him.
We kill him.
I say we kill him. We're done.
We're done. So
I mean,
that's
what
been the news.
Do you have a feeling on that? Do you feel like
I don't think you should get rid of the beacon of light because you guys are.
That's true. Should we keep the?
So maybe we say this has been the news, and we are your beacon of light.
I love that.
Exactly.
How about we split it?
Okay.
Let's change it. Let's go. Thank you for joining us for the Biofriendly Podcast.
This has been the news, and we are your beacon of light in a gloomy environment. Okay, that.
See?
Beacon of light in
In a gloomy environment.
Oh my God.
So we are your
So we are your beacon of light.
in a gloomy environment.
Oh my God, it works.
That's it. That's how we do it.
That's it.
Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
It's the Biofriendly Podcast. It's the Biofriendly Podcast.